Good morning, students. Let us start today's class with the poem Lines Composed in a Wood on a Windy Day by Bronte. Before going to the poem, let us know about the poet. Anne Bronte was an English poet and novelist. She wrote many poems and verse with her famous writer sisters Charlotte Bronte and Emily Bronte. She was the youngest member of the Bronte literary family. She was born in 1820 in United Kingdom and died in 1849. In this poem, Lines Composed in a Wood on a Windy Day, the poet describes about the explosive elements or violent elements on a windy day. This poem is an expression of the poet's enjoyment on a windy day in a wood. Wood means forest. And this poem is full of personification and imagery. Let us go through the poem. My soul is awakened, my spirit is soaring and carried aloft on the wings of the breeze. For above and around me the wild wind is roaring, arousing to rapture the earth and the seas. The first and second lines of this poem, the poet says that her soul is awakened and it became very active and her spirit is soaring. Soaring means flying high up in the air because of the wind. Means by seeing the wind blowing everywhere, she feels her soul and spirits are also flying up in the air and she feels happiness. In the third and fourth lines, the poet says that the wild wind was blowing above and around her. That means it was blowing all around her and she could see a great happiness all around the earth and the sea. The earth and sea were also enjoying the blowing of the wind. Here, aloft means up in the air, and rapture means a feeling of great pleasure. Arousing means provoking or evoking or inspiring. Let us go through the second stanza. The long withered grass in the sunshine is glancing. The bare trees are tossing their branches on high. The dead leaves beneath them are merrily dancing. The white clouds are scudding across the blue sky. The long withered grass in the sunshine is glancing. This means the long dry grass. Here withered means dry. Dry grass were shining in the sunlight. Here glancing means looking or shining. Here this means shining only. And the poet felt they were also very happy during the time of wind blowing. And the bare trees were tossing means moving or beating their branches from one side to the other side due to the wind. Okay, you all know when wind blows, trees branches will move from one side to another side. Bare trees means you all know that in the autumn season the trees shed their leaves and there would be no leaves on the trees like this. The dead leaves beneath them are merrily dancing. Everywhere we can see the happiness. The dry grass shines in the sunlight and the bare trees are tossing. Tossing means moving here and there. And dead leaves merrily dancing and white clouds moving quickly. Okay. Here the poet expresses her pleasure and also the pleasure of nature during the time of wind. Let us go through the last stanza. I wish I could see how the ocean is slashing The foam of its billows to whirlwinds of spray. I wish I could see how its proud waves are dashing and hear the wild roar of their thunder today. Here the poet wishes she could see how the large waves lashing. Lashing means beating against one another and causing or making the large shower of spray. This is the foam of seas and this is the billows. This is whirlwinds of spray or showering spray. Then the poet also wishes she could see how its proud waves are dashing. Proud waves means what? It's waves, large waves are dashing and hear the wild roar of their thunder today. And she also wishes she could hear the wild roar means the sound of the sea and the thunder. Thunder means here also the sound, hitting sound of the sea on the windy day. That means she also wishes she could see the striking of waves at the shore and also hear the sound of the striking waves on a windy day. Students, hope you have understood today's lesson and let us end today's class here. Thank you.